In 1983, the world came closer to nuclear war than ever before, not because of a missile, not because of a decision made by a president, but because of a machine that got it wrong, and one man who refused to believe it. This was the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a silent battle for power. Two superpowers, thousands of nuclear weapons, enough to destroy the planet multiple times over. Both sides lived in constant fear, because if one side launched, the other would respond immediately. No questions, no delay, just total destruction. And by 1983, things were worse than ever. Just weeks before, the Soviet Union had shot down a Korean passenger plane. 269 civilians were killed. The world was on edge. Tension was rising. Trust was gone. And both sides were ready for the worst. Inside a secret Soviet bunker, buried deep underground, sat a man named Stanislav Petrov. He was not a soldier on the battlefield. He was not a politician. He was just an officer, watching a screen. But that screen controlled the fate of the entire world. Petrov's job was simple: monitor the early warning system. If the system detected incoming nuclear missiles from the United States, he had to report it immediately. No hesitation, because once confirmed, the Soviet Union would launch a full nuclear counterattack. Then, in the middle of the night, everything changed. The alarm went off, loud, sharp, unmistakable. On the screen, a message appeared: missile launch detected. Then another alert, and another. 5 nuclear missiles. Petrov had only minutes to act. If he reported the attack, missiles would launch. Cities would vanish. Gone. In seconds. But something did not feel right. Petrov stared at the screen. If the United States was really starting a nuclear war, it would be massive, overwhelming, not small, not limited. The system said it was real. The protocol said, report it. The clock was ticking. People around him were waiting. Everything pointed to one decision: report the attack. But Petrov did something unexpected. He trusted his instinct. Something was wrong. The system showed only a few missiles. Just 5. There was no confirmation from ground radar, no visual tracking. Only the satellite system detected it. And that system was still new, still unreliable. He made a decision that went against everything he was trained to do. He reported it as a false alarm. Then came the longest minutes of his life. They waited for impact, but nothing happened. No explosions, no missiles, no war. The system was wrong. It had mistaken sunlight, reflecting off high-altitude clouds, for nuclear missiles, a reflection of light. If Petrov had followed protocol, a full nuclear strike, and within minutes, everything could have ended. No approval, no confirmation, just instinct. He was never treated like a hero. In fact, his story remained a secret. But today, he is remembered as the man because sometimes the fate of billions of people does not depend on governments or weapons If you enjoy stories that most people have never heard, subscribe. There's more coming.